Good evening, pretty lady.
Good evening, Fran. Good evening, Ayasha.
Good night, everyone.
May I ask you, why is your picture upside down?
I don't know why my picture is like that. I will work on changing that, but it just happens to be that way right now. And it was really nice finally running into you at the event at the library, the New Lots Library. You came and you spoke at one of the events there, and we got to briefly meet, if you remember.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very nice putting the actual face
I
in person.
know. Yes, indeed. Hello, Melody.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Not bad.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. We will start officially at 7:05. Just give the others a little, time to come on board, to log in. This is my fourth meeting. Hi, Larian, Dorian.
Hi.
How
Good
are
evening.
you?
Good. How are you? How's
Not
everyone?
bad at all. Mia, how was your day?
It's long. I have two I have two laptops open right now. It's a long day.
You have to what?
Two laptops open. I have you open in one in
I
another
understand.
situation over here.
I was sitting in the meeting, and whilst I was sitting in the meeting, an assembly member called me and said, you have to be, the head chief of staff called me and you have to be at Lennox Road meeting for downstate. So I had to run, get ready, and they called me at 4:45 and tell me I have to be there for 5 o'clock. I said,
Wow.
ready? At 4:45. So I had to rush to get there. And I said, well, I can't stay until the ending because I have my board meeting.
Understood.
And when I finish this now, so this is the 2 meetings, this is the third meeting, and I have one at 8.
Wow. Okay. Okay. At 8 o'clock?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sometimes I have meetings starting at 9 o'clock.
I think we're all zoomed out. I don't know about you, but I'm like totally zoomed out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, so I guess we'll give it another minute or two for
2
people
more
to
minutes, and then we will
get the show on the road. Okay,
yeah.
I'm here.
How is Madison doing? She's all right?
Yep, she's well. Can't
That's good.
complain.
I left Fred and Dante at the other meeting.
Oh, okay. All right, so I'll get the update from them
Mm-hmm.
already. Thanks.
Darian, whilst we are waiting, I saw the Pastor Hines. So he told me he would be happy to join the committee to come on board.
That's great.
Yeah, so he sent me his personal cell number and his thing. So I will send him the invite for the 14th.
Okay. Sounds good.
So so 1 more minute to go. Let me because I haven't. Okay, it's now 7:05. So good evening, everyone. Hope you had a good day. It's almost Friday, just from the corner. Almost Friday, and the weather isn't too bad. Hi, Yusuf. Good to see you. So welcome, everyone. Good to see each one of you. As custom, we'll introduce ourselves. My name is Francisca Leopold. Second Vice Chair at Community Board 9, and also Chair for the Health and Social Services that we are on now. I'll pass it on to Dorian.
Hi everyone, my name is Dorian Sa, pronouns she, her, hers. I am the co-chair for this committee.
We're going to pass it on.
Nyasha?
Hi, good evening. I'm a bit remote, so I'll go right quick. My name is Nyasha Carmichael, and I am a resident here of the group. And I will pass it along to Yusuf.
Hi, everyone. This is Yosef Ershkup, a member of Community Board 9, local resident, and run one of the local urgent cares, Chronic Urgent Care on Lefferts Avenue. Nice to meet you all.
I should pass it on to someone else, please. We have two persons who haven't gone, Melody and Mia. Melody, pick it up.
Hi, I'm Melody. I'm a Crown Heights resident and I'm a community organizer with Outdoor Skates. And I'll pass it to Mia.
Welcome. Yep.
Hey, good evening, everyone. My name is Mia Hilton. I'm the Assistant District Manager for Brooklyn Community Board 9. Good evening, everyone.
Thank you to each and every one of you taking time out. I'm not taking your time for granted. I appreciate you being here. So for our icebreaker, we in January, all our baggage and all the bad vibes, we left it in 2023. January just ended, 1st of February. And my one question to you, what are you looking forward to in the coming months? It could be next week, 2 weeks from now, next 6 months. What is the most exciting thing that you're thinking of that you're looking forward to?
I'll go first. I am looking forward to warmer weather. I just checked the weather and I see 50s next week. So that has me really excited. I'm a roller skater, so I love to be outside and skate. The winter is really rough for me, so I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Okay, roller skater.
I second that. I've been checking out the weather like crazy this last couple of weeks, so that'll be good news.
All right.
I'm a warm weather person too. But to just say something a little different from the group, I'm looking forward to my little cousin's Sweet 16. I'm just excited to dance and dress up. I just need a reason to do that in these winter months. You know, it's feel like we're in the house a lot. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Great. Yusuf? I guess Yusuf is not close to the computer. Mia.
Hello. No.
Oh, go ahead, Yusuf. Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree about the cold weather. So I'm all for that. Just looking forward to growing with this wonderful group. Also, I'm now a girl dad, so as of 2 months ago, so it's still fresh. And cheers.
Wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congrats. Yeah, Mia.
First, I'll say that I agree with everyone with regard to the weather. I've been waiting for the sun to come out for like the past few days. The next thing that I'm looking forward to is my daughter's birthday. She'll be 13 February 16th, so that's exciting for me.
Wow, wonderful. Well,
yes.
Fran, I am looking forward to in May 30th, May 31st, I'm heading to Trinidad. I haven't seen my two picnics, my two grandchildren, It's for about 4 years since before COVID. I haven't seen them. And this September of last year, I went my grandson's birthday is in August, my son's birthday is in September, and my granddaughter's birthday in September. So I wanted to go spend their birthday with them. I sent my passport to be renewed, and it took forever to come back, so I couldn't go. Then I said, okay, I'm gonna go spend Christmas with them in December. And when I called the airlines to use the ticket, the airlines told me that I have to pay an extra $1,000. And I'm like, oh no, I'm not paying $1,600 to go to the Caribbean for 8 days. I'm not doing that. And my son was like, nah, mommy, don't do that. And then, so I wanted to go this month for Easter. And then they still tell me I have to pay another set of money again. I said, you know what? So eventually yesterday I was able to book my ticket for January for May 31st. So I'm going to go see my grandkids, to spend some time with them, to hug them, just to have a good time. So I am anxious. I can't wait for the days. And I welcome back our beloved Enid. Enid, we missed you on the platform.
Thank you,
I know
Ms.
that-
Fran. Sorry I'm late.
So introduce yourself, one thing, and the second thing, the icebreaker question is, what are you looking forward to in the coming months?
Okay, well, first, my name is Ina Dillard. I'm the Senior Director of Marketing and Communications for One Brooklyn Health System that consists of Kingsbrook, Brookdale, and Interfaith Hospitals and their affiliated wellness centers. And it's a pleasure to be here with everyone again this evening. And I would say what I'm looking forward to is my son being on the honor roll. And he has a ceremony coming up, so I'm very proud of him. This is his second time around.
All right. Yeah, we have someone coming in here. Congratulations. Oh, okay, so we can let him in. Congrats, Enid.
Thank you, Ms. Fran.
Okay, so now we are moving to our community check-in. Anyone, before I go down to the meeting, anyone wants to share? Melody, is there something? Can you just let us know what organization you're from? And before you do that, Manachan just came in. I cannot pronounce the name. I know he said how to pronounce it, but I'm so lucky that no one have charged me pronouncing the name wrong. So can you introduce yourself?
It's all good.
Let's introduce yourself, please, and the icebreaker. What are you looking for the coming months?
I'm looking to participate, to hear what everybody has to say, and be part of this committee.
Okay.
No specific agenda tonight.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right, Melody, you go ahead.
Yes. So hi everyone, I'm Melody. I'm a community organizer with Outdoor Skates, which is just a grassroots-based organization that provides roller skating events, community fitness affairs, just events basically that focus on health, wellness, and social engagements. So I'm here just to basically learn more about the committee because we're interested in seeing how we can support your initiatives and provide more recreational and social events for our community.
Wonderful, and welcome, and hope this will not be your last time being here. And just to promote, especially that the weather is breaking, so just to promote what you do, and that other persons can join you. Maybe Darian may want to join you, or Mia and her daughter, they may want to go roller skating with you. I'm old, so I can't do it. I can't break my bone. My bone will take too long to heal.
Trust me, you are not too old. We have lots of skaters that are well into their 70s, 80s. You would never tell. That's one thing I love about roller skating. It's great for all ages.
Wow.
Melanie, what's the name? Sorry, what's the name of the organization again?
Outdoor Skates.
Outdoor Skates. Okay, I'm just writing down the meeting notes. And I'm sorry, what's your last name?
It's Olivera, Olivera. Sorry, I forgot my name is not on here. Let me update that for you.
And rename. Thank you so much.
Okay, anyone else associated with an organization who wants to just take 2 minutes to share with us? and your organization as to what's happening, what's been going on. We haven't heard much from you, Enid, as to what's happening with OBH. So can you just take 2 minutes to share with us?
Sure. So the three hospitals have really been spending the last few years on an integration plan. And that integration plan is to really increase access to healthcare by specializing inpatient and emergency over at Brookdale and Interfaith and creating a medical village for Kingsbrook. Understanding that primary care really is the need in our community, keeping people healthy before they need actually acute care in a hospital. And so Kingsbrook's campus is now being allocated to that. So there's a lot of work being done around that. In the interim, we have about 7 what we call family healthcare centers between Kingsbrook, Interfaith, and Brookdale that are functioning out of various parts of the community that offer primary care, many of which are offering cervical cancer screenings on Saturday. So we do want people to come out. We do want a lot of women who are underscreened in our communities to come out for cervical cancer screenings, as well as breast cancer screening. So I'll be able to share some more information with Ms. Fran about that and to keep you all up to date as the transformation continues for Kingsbrook, Interfaith, and Brookdale.
Okay, can you just give a little some summation on the diabetic center?
Diabetes program?
Yeah.
One of the many programs that we offer at One Brooklyn Health is, of course, diabetes care and treatment. Diabetes is at epidemic levels in Central Brooklyn, and so it's a huge focus for One Brooklyn Health. It is a treatment option that we have at all of our hospitals and wellness centers, but particularly we do have a diabetes center of excellence that's housed out of Pierre Toussaint, which is at 1110 Eastern Parkway and Utica Avenue. And at our Diabetes Center of Excellence, we have a head endocrinologist there who happens to be the head of quality for the One Brooklyn Health System, Dr. Kadaroff, and a very, very educated team of specialists who work to really help in terms of health coaching, nutritional coaching, and they also host diabetes self-management and diabetes prevention classes, one of which in concert with Health People, which is one of the largest community-based peer educating programs in the country, where they actually train community members to be peer educators. And the peer educator model is one of the larger models that is happening now that are working very well to educate people about diabetes and prevention, and has sometimes also even really reversed person's diabetes diagnosis. So the Diabetes Center of Excellence is working on a treatment option as well as a training option. And so anyone who is interested in either becoming a peer trainer or would like to refer someone to our Diabetes Center of Excellence, I'll be happy to guide you to those persons.
And the last time I was very much pleased because they had a graduation, and the graduation was for some persons who attended the classes on diabetes. So they went to the class, they were certified, so they can now go out there and educate the community when it comes to diabetes and how they should eat and the nutrition part of it. Thank you very much, Enid.
You're welcome.
Yusuf, can you please give us a little?
Hello, everyone. What do you want me to give over?
Whatever you're doing at your location.
Sure. So, I'm always very eager to help people with anything, even beyond the scope of regular urgent care. If anyone ever has an issue with their insurance or whatever, they should feel comfortable reaching out to me. Or if they need help finding a doctor. Now I know I could also send them to OBS, but in all seriousness, I'm very happy to help people find specialists and doctors, anything, even things that are not traditional urgent care. I want people to feel comfortable reaching out to me. And that also includes home care or services for children that have social or health issues. Whenever I could help, I'm happy to help. And I don't want people to be shy. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So the persons here, if you have no objection, we have our WhatsApp page, and I want each person who members of the committee, that your information will be in the WhatsApp and it's only used for the WhatsApp. So as we put your information in the WhatsApp, Melody, if you want to do that, you can also give your information to Mia, because we don't give information online. And then you could send it to Mia. Mia will pass it on to Darian, and then she will make you part of this. So if anybody need any services when it comes to Enid or Yusuf, you know, or myself, you need any information, you have a question, maybe someone have a question, so you know who to call. You can call that person, or you can email that person and say, hey, there is a need, I know this person, or have a question, and any help that you need. That is, we are there working for the hospital, but we are there as a support group as well to support each other. If you're going for an issue or anything, we can call each other and, you know, talk and get some sort of information and some support for each other. For NYCHA and Manachem, I don't know what your organization, if you work with your organization, if you want to give a report as to who you work with, what you do, what support you have for the committee, if you do. I'm not sure as to what you do.
I am a program coordinator with the Department of Health. I primarily do work in hypertension, so hypertension awareness.
All right, okay.
For New Yorkers. I had asked to join this WhatsApp group for a while, and for some reason I never got the invite. So I don't know if it was on my end because I don't use WhatsApp that often, or if there was just some regulation to it. But I can send my information again to be added to the group.
I had a lot of problems adding people.
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
That was me. Like, I don't
Okay.
know. Again, I'll try.
Yeah, that's all right.
Right now,
That's okay.
I felt like there were about 5 people in the group, and now it's only dropped down to 3. So I'll try to figure it out.
Yeah. So look at the excluding Newson, the other persons there. I'm just find out from me their information and then just put them in the WhatsApp group so we could communicate, you know. I mean, those persons who would have attended last month and this month, add them, because persons from last year, if I'm not saying them, I don't just want to put a random person and they're not showing up. So persons who are part of the resident members and the members, please do so. Manachem, is there an organization that you're involved with that you want to share with us?
No, not particularly. I'm a mental health counselor in the community in private practice.
That's great.
Yes,
I
thank you.
mean, not particularly, of course, that's important.
Right, but it's not a particular organization.
Okay, but yeah, so definitely we want your input. And as we just you talk about mental health, I'll pass the floor over to, I'm putting you on the spot, my dear co-chair, putting you on the spot right now. So we are in the process of doing a district-wide mental health forum. We've had many discussions, so it's coming to fruition. So we are looking to do this in May. But as we look at it and then we meet at the table, and other elected officials, they're interested that we have like a 3-part of this mental health forum, because it's very important. Most of the time we wait when something happens in the community, somebody get hurt or there's something happening, and we all come out with our bullhorn and we blow the horn really hard, and when everything very loud, when everything simmer down, then we go back to our hole. But we want the communication, we want the awareness, we want the talk, and everything that we could put behind it. We want it to be happening, so it could stay in person's mind. Because when persons have mental health, everybody, it's like taboo to them, and they just take it and sweep it under the carpet, and then it do affect. So, Manachem, that's where you come to play. And I'm going to pass it on to Narian so she can tell you as we where we are, our meeting, and what we are looking to do. And so go ahead, Dorian. We had our first meeting last week, or this week, right? Yeah.
We had a meeting with a provider from Kings County Hospital, and
downstate.
Downstate, yeah. And there was someone else from I don't know if it's another community board or.
So we had someone, I know you're not too familiar with them, so you can give them a discussion as to what was discussed. So we had someone who is working with us. She's from the School of Medicine at Downstate. We had Dorian was there, I was present, and we had two persons from Senator Myri's office. So someone from Rita Joseph, Council Member Rita Joseph, was supposed to join us, and someone from Farrah Lewis was supposed to join us as well. At our next meeting, the pastor and the director for the God Squad will be joining us. He'll be part of the committee. So you go ahead and just let them know what we discuss and what we are looking to do.
Yeah, so we're looking to have a series of mental health sessions. And we want to focus on youth mental health, specifically some of the issues that are impacting young adults. So suicide, social media pressures, and social isolation. So those are some of the issues that we would like to have experts come and speak to the community about, and even some of the providers in Brooklyn and CB9 and students as well who are at SUNY Downstate. So that would probably be the first session. Well, actually,
I think the one for the children, I think we had set for September.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're still finalizing the topics, but youth mental health is what we want to focus on. We would also like to focus on destigmatizing health and how to have mental health, and how to have conversations about being open about receiving mental health services, such as speaking to a therapist or seeking care for mental health if you feel like you want to speak to someone. And then I don't think we finalized the third topic yet, but I think we want to do maybe 2 to 3 sessions, or maybe like 3 to 4 sessions. We're still in the early stages of defining what we want to do for each of these sessions, but we really want it to be a community conversation. And one of the things that we would like to do is to have like licensed therapists on site. So like if anyone is feeling uncomfortable with any of the topics, they have a resource there during the sessions that they can speak to. We would also like to have folks table at the event. So like have other social support services available, so someone can get linkage to wraparound services. So we're just still at the very early stages of planning. So hopefully by the next meeting, we can have more information. If anyone has any feedback or suggestions about who we should work with, we're open to hearing that, of course. And I think the first session we're aiming at in May. I think May is like Mental Health Awareness Day. So we would like to have a kickoff event then. But again, very early in this the planning stage. So yeah, just open to feedback from everyone.
You have a hand up.
Yes, Menachem, do you want to go ahead? You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, I did something similar to what you were saying, Joanne, about we had a anti-bullying professional. His name was Izzy Kalman. We brought him in he actually lives in Israel. He's he has a TED Talk, and it was just really well received by the parents and the kids. So he's definitely someone to consider.
Okay, how do you spell his last name?
Kalman, Kalman.
All
So,
right,
Menachem, would you like to be, since you're part of this committee, would you like to join our next meeting?
Yes.
I'm happy to look at the invitation. If the timing may be tricky.
So it's and Aisha and also, because I know it's on the 14th, February 14th at 3 p.m.
I'm usually working at 3 p.m. So that's going to be a challenge.
Okay, it's on Zoom.
Yeah, I've got clients.
Naisha, you could be representing, just as Darian is representing, getting resources from the Department of Health.
I will definitely look into that. Yeah, I think I think that would be a great opportunity to get involved.
Yeah, if you have any connections, Naisha, at the Department of Health Mental Health.
When you say connections, what kind of connections?
Like if you know of any speakers, because I'm on the Department of Health side. I don't work in mental hygiene, so I know like there's a lot of so Teen Space is a platform. So basically, it's a free platform where you match anyone between 13 to 17 to a therapist.
Yes.
Charge. And I believe the services are all online. I don't know. Some of them might be in person if someone wants in-person appointments. But I don't know anyone who like runs Teen Space. So I think they would be a great person to present in the fall. So
I don't know anyone off the top of my head, because our side of chronic disease prevention is more in hypertension, diabetes, self-management, health services like that. But I can find out. I will definitely check with my supervisors and see who we might be able to connect with.
Yes, because I'm also looking to.
Uh,
So if-
Okay, Enid?
Yeah,
Thank you, Anisha.
Yeah, I know that One Brooklyn Health would love to be involved. We do have extensive mental health and behavioral health programs, but more specifically, we do have a peer counseling program, and we do have counselors and therapists who are geared towards young people. So for the February 14th program, are you looking for additional speakers in this category, or are you all lined
No,
up?
it's
for
not a
me?
program. We have it's a planning meeting.
A planning meeting on the 14th. Good. So I think
Yeah.
what I will do is I'm going to ask one of our health professionals from One Brooklyn Health from the behavioral health department, particularly with their peer counseling program for young people, to join the planning meeting on the 14th. So if you can give me all the info, I'll make sure someone from that department is there, and myself as well will be there.
Okay, so what I would need you to do is to send me the email. Send me the person's email, telephone number, the name. So I want to send out the link so that they can
Okay.
gonna send it out so they can put it
Okay.
on the calendar.
Will do.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, what we are looking at, Dorian, can you talk about also the flyer and what we are looking, because we are very particular as to when we send out the flyer, we wanted to go ahead, Dorian, because you were there. So I wanted to give you the floor. Let you just
I don't really remember what we talked about with the flyer, but
wow.
I don't. I'm sorry. Well, I think we were still trying to figure out a name.
You know why I said wow? Because I'm saying I'm old.
No, no,
That's what
no. I don't know if we covered that, but I remember
So the flyer, what
thinking.
we were looking at, we're thinking
Okay.
of as to what to put on the flyer, how to put, because we wanted to send out the flyer, we wanted to be catchy, we want person to want to see, to want to come to hear what this conversation is all about. But at the same time, we don't want to say, well, mental health, or so we want to reword it some way that when we send it out, when people see to say, oh, there's a conversation going out there happening, because we are looking to the lady from Downstate. She's looking for us to use the auditorium at Downstate. On the other side, I don't know how many of you have visited Downstate, the School of Medicine side, but there is the auditorium, and on the outside, they have enough space where persons can do they can do tabling, so persons can come with resources, and then they can give out the resources as well. And as Dorian said, if anyone is happening during that time, any person is on site there and at the location, and then something happened mentally and they need to talk to somebody, we will have health professionals there, and also we'll have pastoral service there as well, and there'll be a room where they can take them to, they can talk to them as well. So the first segment, when we first start, we'll more or less be dealing with the older persons. So we'll be dealing with mothers, the fathers, the older folks. So we'll be dealing with them as to, and then also we are looking for testimonials from persons who may have lost a loved one, or even themselves experience anyone who've been had challenges with mental health, a family member. As I was telling them, and some of you might have known, that my sister was attacked on the train platform 3 years ago, and she was stabbed 4 times by somebody who has some mental issue, right? So we are looking for persons who, and she almost died, So we're looking for testimonial from person who have had experiences, maybe a loved one, or so, as to how the mental health really affects persons, to disrupt their lives, the family lives and stuff like that. So that's what we are looking for. But the date in May, when we do meet again, we will come up with a date in May. And then also because Alicia is looking at the dates, because May is really graduation month at Downstate, right? So that they're dealing with, so like she's going to look for the day that we can work with. Preferably, I think we said a Friday, right? Or Thursday or Friday. We're looking at like a weekday. So then she would, when we meet back again next month, or even in the chat, we can drop it in the chat. And if we are working whatever we come up with, we'll drop it in the chat so you could have an idea as to what's happening. And if you have any comments, that you could comment and send something, anything. So any ideas that you have when it comes to a flyer as to what we should put on the flyer that would attract persons that they want to be there, they want to be part of the conversation. And then also the awareness, we want persons. So we're more or less looking for that day to be from 11 to 3. So persons come 11 at midday, 12:30, they get a break, they have lunch, so we have lunch for them, and they come back to the table. So we are having a conversation as to the effect and how mental health has really affected persons, how it's affecting the community, the homes, in school, and whatever. But then we are not just leaving it just hanging. When we come back and we regroup, we want to bring solutions to the table. So we want to have that conversation after lunch. We want persons to say, these are the things that we can do to help, you know, because even older folks, when things are happening with us, we don't even realize as our moods are changing, things are changing with us. We are not even taking, because we are so preoccupied with the everything else, and we are not realizing how it's affecting us, right? So we want to look at the effectiveness of mental health, our loved ones in the home as they are changing, you know, the moods are changing and everything else. So we want to see the effects, and we want to also bring solutions to the table as how we can prevent, how we can what to look out for, you know, and how to deal with it. So this is what we are looking. This is what we are looking at. So I know on the youth side of it, I know you and Darian can help with that. From Kings County, I'm going to get somebody, one or two persons from Kings County also, who will more deal with the adults, you know. And then the third part of it, we're still looking as to how, because mental health is so broad, it affects so many different aspects of our lives. So then we have to look at to really wrap it up on self as to how we could come, because we'll have one now and in September. So in between May and September, what we're going to do in between there. And then as soon as this finish, our next thing, I want all hands on board. Our next project is the big one, maternal health. So that will be a big one that is really affecting our community. And I know that the borough president, he'll be on board with that, as well as Farrah Lewis. Any comments? Okay, a home phone is entering, and I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I see, Fran. Is it someone you want to let in?
I don't know who it is.
Yeah,
Can we let any person to see if it was in 738 home phone?
Yeah, I guess we can just ask them to like immediately identify themselves, and if they don't,
Yeah,
then
and
we can
if,
just remove them
right.
from the meeting.
So yes, yeah.
Okay, give me
please.
one moment.
If it's anything foolish, don't hang up. We can just put the person out of the room, because we have had they bombard our thing before, so we don't want that to happen. It's not nice. Home phone, can you please identify who you are?
Hi, my name is Christopher Lorient. I'm a Crown Heights resident, and I'm just joining the CB9 community board meeting. Sorry, I'm late. I was actually just walking out of the CB8 community board meeting.
You said Christopher Lorient?
Correct.
And who you work with?
No, I'm actually a resident in Crown Heights. I've been to a
Okay,
couple of
because the
meetings.
name, I know the name. I know Christopher Lorient of the mayor's office. That's why
I
I
know
asked.
that. Oh my goodness, Francesca.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, how are you? Oh, get out of here. I had my camera off because I'm just walking out the other meeting, but I wanted to check what was going on
Wow.
here. Hold on, let me turn up the light so you can see me.
Oh my
Hold on.
gosh. Oh my
Can you
gosh.
see me?
It is so good to see. Mwah, mwah, mwah. This is my
Back to you,
favorite
my
person.
darling. Oh
I
my
heard the
goodness.
name and I'm like, Christopher Lorient.
Yes, yes,
Now,
yes. You see, I'm still dressed in my work
don't get
clothes and
jealous,
all
you
that.
guys. Don't get jealous. He's
Oh.
my favorite guy. He's my favorite.
It's so
Wow.
good. Oh, I'm on with everyone. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening.
So please introduce yourself, what you do. We're in the middle of, we are just discussing our mental health forum that we have coming up. But I'll just make an exception because I love you so much that I'll just
Oh,
allow you to
man.
speak and introduce yourself.
I appreciate you so much. Well, hello, good evening, everyone. Some of you may recognize me. I've attended a few meetings before, formerly as the director of Outdoor Skates, an outdoor roller skating event service. We started as a community-based organization, and we've been providing events out in Crown Heights and the surrounding areas since 2020. I've since moved on to a position in the mayor's office and have elected a board of folks to continue keeping that community-based business running. And I'm just looking to stay involved and make sure that the initiatives that we have for our community could be met.
You're welcome, and I see Melody knows you, so
Yeah.
it is so good to see your face. It is so good to put. We've been talking on the phone all the time, and then it's so great to see people put
Oh,
a
man.
face, to the name and the voice. Excellent.
Thank you.
And make sure that
Likewise.
we meet the first Thursday of every month. So please make your presence, be here with us, and just stop by.
Cool. I will. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in person. I tell you that.
Definitely, definitely. Welcome again. It's so great. You made my
Thank
night.
you. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Perfect, perfect. I hope I'm not too late to chime in or to listen in on what's going on.
That's no, you're not late at all. We are just discussing we have been putting mental health district-wide forum together. So we're just hashing out the logistics as to how that will go. Because we want to bring as many people to the table as possible.
Well, let me pull up a seat. I'm glad I chimed in or dialed in, excuse me.
And you didn't expect to see me, huh?
Not at all. Not at all, but happy surprises. Happy surprises.
Definitely, definitely.
There we go. Oh man, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I'm here with you guys. I'm gonna have my camera off because I'm just walking back from the previous meeting, but I'm all ears, okay?
Sure. Thanks again for welcome.
Of course, and thank you for the moment to introduce myself. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Anything for you, you know that. Anything for you.
Oh, come on. I hope to do the same in return.
No, let me say, the other persons that will get jealous, but it's okay. It's okay. But they had my love all this time, so I can share the love. Nate can share, Darian can share, all of them can share the love. They don't mind.
Beautiful.
They don't mind.
Beautiful. There you go. Come on now. I love it. I love it. Excellent. Well, don't let me steal the show. I'm here and I'm listening.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course. Of course. Thank you.
So the next big thing, so just put that at the back of your mind that we will be embarking on a big thing because it is something that is really plaguing our community, maternal health, and then we have so many young mothers, Black and brown mothers in our community who are dying, and we have kids who are dying. My dear friend just lost he's a pastor, and last week the mother just sent me an email, a text message, and say, hey, we will be dedicating the baby on the 10th of February, and I need you to be there. And then weekend, I'm hearing that the baby was taken to the hospital, and she keep telling them something is wrong with the baby. The baby has diarrhea, the baby is vomiting, and they insist and tell her, oh, she's okay, you could take her back home. And she kept telling them. So she was reading up as to the symptoms with what comes after, or the vomiting and the dehydration and everything. And she kept telling them, no, keep the baby. And they said, no, she's fine. Take her back home. And she did. And 2 o'clock in the morning, she got up and the baby couldn't breathe, And then she lived in Jersey. She took a Uber from Jersey to the city. And when she got there, they told her that the baby had 30 minutes to live. And she collapsed. The mother collapsed. She just passed out, right? And then by that time, when they took the baby, all the baby organs just shut down. And whatever that they gave the baby swelled up, and they had the baby in life support, and the baby died, 4 months old. So the family, they are just devastated. You know, so these are the things that are really happening with mothers, child care, the services that they receive, because as anything as you know, some of us has passed childbearing age, some of us are still in childbearing age, and then you don't want to go to a doctor and you're pregnant, and you know, you're saying, hey, this is what I'm feeling, that is what you know, I'm feeling this thing, and then they're trying to say, hey, I am the doctor here, I know. You know yourself, the doctor don't know your body, the doctor don't know yourself. So we are facing a lot of things when it comes to mobility, maternal mobility. And then so it is something that we have to address, and we have to keep the conversation going, just as we have to keep the conversation going when it comes to mental health, because remember that in maternal health, it derives from mental health as well, because you know that is mother what her mental health is right now, right? And she has two young children, and how it's affecting them. And the father is a pastor, so he have to support his family and plus stand in the gap with his the congregation. You know, so he's double whammy on him. So it is something that what I do, I am just not looking for just one unit. I'm looking for everyone to collaborate, all organizations, all health personals to come together and together and let us talk. Let the community come together. And it has to be an ongoing conversation. Just as Senator Zelnamiri, he's a senator, but yes, he has mental issues. We have Assembly Member Cunningham. He's an assembly member, but yes, he have mental issues. All of them are being treated for, you know, for mental issues. So they are aware, and they know the necessity, and hence the reason why, you know, there's like, hey, this is a conversation, Francesca, you need to continue. We can't just have one forum. It has to be an ongoing conversation. And it should not even be 3, you know, it should just be, you have small groups coming together, just at the location, just pop-up shop, just have a conversation. You know, I think that too many times we don't understand that precaution is better than cure. And we always wait when something hits the community, and then say, well, this person attacked this person did this. And I'm telling persons that when you have an 11-year-old child who is just starting to live life, committing suicide, what does that tell you? We have a problem. And not a small one, it's a gigantic problem that we have. So we have to stay focused. We have to stay at the table. We have to continue the conversation. We have to continue conversation when it relating to mental health and everything else that links to mental health. Maternal health links to that, bullying and so much more, domestic violence and so much more. Bring it right to the table when it comes to mental health. So it's a conversation that needs to continue. So as I say, when it comes to the flyer, we are really looking to put a flyer in there that will be catchy to persons that they will want to come to the forum. They will want to bring it from, because I don't want it to be a forum where persons are just sitting there listening to people talking at them. So many a times, you know, I would go to a symposium or whatever forum that they're having, and you just having all those people talking from one, they just keep introducing persons, and you just hearing one voice after the other. And at the time persons stop hearing voices, they start hearing Bugs Bunny. You know, they are not hearing anything anymore. It's just too much. So we want the program, we want the forum to be interactive. You know, persons can talk and ask questions, and we're not waiting until at the ending and they say, oh, we're gonna just take 4 questions. No, it's not gonna be like that. We want it to be interactive for everyone to have a say, everyone to be able to say, hey, I experienced it. In the persons who are really leading out, and then something might say that it just triggered something in someone, and they say and raise their hand and say, hey, you know, I experienced this, I know this person. Just let's everybody come together, and then we will have one person who's going to wrap up this session at the end. So that's what I'm really looking for. Any person have any other ideas or any It's just, it's not about me, it's about us. So I want to hear your voices. I want to hear
Yeah,
your.
I know we talked about perhaps having mental health first aid training. Maybe that be
Yes.
part of one of the sessions so people
Mhm.
can take some tools back with them.
And that is one part one. And as we have, when we do this, most likely, maybe the first one we can do that. We can have part of it as introduction and everything, and then we can have a mental health training as well. So that is a great idea. So I hope that you made note of that as well, right? So we don't, so you don't forget. Anybody else have any comments, anything that come to your mind that you think that it could be part of this? And go ahead, Melody.
Two things come to mind when you are talking about this program. I think since you want it to be interactive, I think it would be interesting to have someone that can speak to helping kids learn like regulation skills, like how to control their emotions, understand their emotions, and to how like outlets they can use to express
Mhm.
their emotion. I'm sure there's some people that can help teach that. I personally don't know anything about that, but I know another way that I personally have used as an outlet to control my emotions is physical activity. So there are lots of different avenues you can explore with that, but just to throw out some ideas.
Wonderful. I love it. I love it. And so we are having the one for the youth, just for youth, and this is an area that we'll just look at, you know? Yeah, because at the end of the day, grown-ups will sit there and they will listen. Kids get restless quickly, you know? So you want them to be, to be doing stuff, to, talking and asking questions. And so we want that is great. That is great. And I'm working very closely with MS61, which is on Empire and New York Avenue. And then the principal, she's so with it, to work with us, and then she's loving it because she's really looking for ways. Because I'm telling you, the aggression is just young people is something. I worked at that facility during the election, and those kids are always fighting, they're always attacking. And I'm telling you something, the girls are beating up the boys. One time, you think that the boys would be beating up the girls? I mean, shit, they're trying to hold back the boy, and she's going. I'm like, what is this? So there is so much happening. Let me say something to you, and I'm sure that many of you know, during COVID not only affected adults, children, it really affected them. Now, and it's in different areas. When you look at children losing mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, some of them just lost all their family, right? They had no one. Some of them, those who did not lose a loved one in the home, they were abused while they were at home. Some of them were sexually abused and physically abused, right? Then we have those kids who live in the shelters when they don't want to go to school because they're being bullied, they're being jeered at school. Kids are laughing at them because they live at a shelter, right? So they would live and pretending like they're going to school, and then they go somewhere else, and then they would go home. Mental issues, and sometimes you have kids do this, and kids do that, and they get involved in so much out there. So there are so many things that are really really pinning down and pinning down and then shackling down our young people. But some parents, because they're more concentrating and making a dollar to take care of the children, they are not noticing the change, what is happening. And that is one thing we really want to bring that awareness so parents can look. Because when your child is a child who would sit up front with a remote watching TV, want to go outside and always want to do something, and then all of a sudden your child just stop watching TV, stop playing, and just want to lie down on the bed, just to shut themselves down in the bed. How many parents have gone into their children's room and find them in the closet dead? Overdose, or they hang themselves. So we have something happening, and I really want us to stay on top of it. Our committee is health and social services. So we have to bring the health and the social services any way that we can. I cannot do it alone. I need your help. Anything that you wish to say? And Miss Lorian, I know that you were there. Is there anything that you want to share now that you know what we are talking about?
Yes, forgive me if I ask any questions that maybe are redundant. Before I ask any questions, I like the initiative that you guys have. I like hearing what Melody had to say, and I understand what you're saying about that interactive experience. So they have something not just to leave with, not just to talk at, but they experience why what they're doing is, good for them and good for the health. That health and connection between health and mental wellness, I think as far as getting a lot of these community-based organizations together, I'm not sure as far as who those are that may be on this line, but bringing those resources together for an event that not only informs them but celebrates what good health is, kind of like when Cartoon Network used to have commercials for 90 minutes of play, or just infographics that really push the importance of being outside and having that moment to play, approaching that in the same angle, and providing it in that physical experience for them, I think would be a great outlet. Because even as you say now, a lot of their issues, a lot of the problems that you're addressing are physical, experiences that they have. I think really readdressing that and trying to provide not just a place for them to have positive physical experiences, but to learn about the importance of, why this mental health exposure and health and exercise really would put them on a path to, just betterment. So by bringing that forth and really sticking with that kind of initiative of having them do something interactive that they can plan and do on their own time as well, taking those good habits with them, I think would really help to reinforce your objectives.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. That is wonderful. Right now, I think our
Thank you.
meeting.
Sorry, I was gonna say there's a bit more that I would like to expand on that too, but I definitely want to continue to listen on and the direction you guys are going in, so I can definitely provide whatever resources I can that would accommodate.
Okay, yeah, cool. So I hope I see you on this platform next week. Not next week, next month. We're meeting because we made the first Thursday, so March we'll be meeting again in March. And at the end of the day, also I have your information, so I'll give your information to Dorian, so Dorian can put you in the chat. So
Beautiful.
we can chat, whatever comes to your mind, and that goes for every person here. You're thinking of something, say, oh, you know what, I think this would be a good person, that person would be a great asset, that person would be a good speaker. Whatever comes to your mind, put it. I kept looking at the chat, and there is no movement. No one is saying nothing. Nothing is happening there, right? So
I'll get some info in there.
I'm sorry, Chris. What did you say, Christopher?
Sorry, I said I'll be sure to get some info in there and drop my contact and all of those details as well. Sorry to interrupt.
Sure. So I'm going to pass your information. I'm assuming the cell phone number I have, can I use it?
Correct. Yes, this would be my personal cell.
Okay, definitely. Okay, so I will pass on that info to and what I'm going to do, I'm going to, because I need each person's email. I already have Enid's email address on some of you guys, but I need your email address, because if we have something, because it is more readable that if you email it, there is something like a flyer and stuff, and you can open it to email it, then just putting it in WhatsApp, that if you want to print it, then you can print it. You can print it out. So we'll be send out telephone numbers, and then we can exchange email addresses, so we can just have that bulk email that we just send out to each other. Yeah. So that is what we're looking at. So yeah, sure.
Sorry to throw us off. As far as the history of what you guys have done to address the mental health and wellness in the community, what are some of the events typically like that you guys would host? What are the things that you celebrate most about that? Just trying to get an idea of what the community is used to normally in the way of, the outreach and exposure.
Well, we do. Why I do a big resource fair. Well, you know that I usually do a big resource fair in Flatbush. The community board usually do a a resource fair at the McNair Park every year, right? And then so we have all different agencies, community-based agencies, as well as city agencies. They come and they do tabling and they give out information. I did because I love my seniors, so I did a wellness fair for the seniors and had all the seniors come out and they get the massage, they get they get the fresh food, because when we look at our community, it's just like a food desert, and so we were looking to get fresh some what's the name of that food place that usually come giving out the fruits and stuff. I forget. Anyway, but I'm looking to get fresh foods and fresh fruits and vegetables for our seniors. So these are the things that we are really looking for. For me, because my platform, I'm doing stuff for the seniors. So, but then this is something that when I really look and I see that our seniors, they have mental health issues as well. We have our young people, we have the older adults and the younger adults, and everyone fits under that umbrella, whether they experience mental health one way or the other. Then, as I said, then we have maternal health and you have young persons. Then when I look at HIV has been taken and just push it under a rug. And then we have so many young school girls, young school children who are walking around and they're just having sex wild out there without any protection, and they're getting HIV/AIDS. So all those things I'm trying to address. But outside of that, I'm looking at other areas and social events that we can do to really bring the community together.
Gotcha. Nice. Okay, so I was just taking some notes of the major pain points there. That's great. And so, just a few things to spitball back. The senior care, I know that's a really developing issue. So that sounds like a great piece there. Health and wellness, food and activities. So not just physical activities, but what we're putting in our bodies and understanding that. And then.
And also, I just want to plug that in there. We're really looking to the wellness for men, because men don't take care of themselves. And diabetes affect men, and they don't understand that. And then especially men who are married, they don't understand that at one point their wives might have to just pack up and leave, because they don't understand how it affect them, their bodies, right? It's affect. We are all here. We are grown-ups. It affects your sexual life. It affects your mood. It affects so much in your bodies. So we had Anita and I during COVID, we had a night where we had a doctor come on, and then he spoke of diabetes on men and how it affects them, and he was playing and just let them know exactly what it is and how they should eat and the stuff that they should do and what we should do. Then we also had someone who was online doing healthy cooking during COVID, right? So when I had the wellness fair, we had that same lady, she came and she showed persons how to do just simple dish, and it's tasty. You understand? So all those things that we're looking as to, just to improve our health, just to be better, to eat better.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for all of that. These are nuggets of gold. I appreciate that explanation.
Yeah. So that is where we are. So as we embark into it's 8:04, I don't want to keep you guys any longer. I have a meeting starting now. It's already started, so I have to jump on it. But I will Melody, I already have Christopher's information. To Melody, send your information to Mia, and then Mia will pass it on to Darian. She'll put it in the chat, and just say something. Let's keep it going, because there is no movement in the chat at all. Anything you think of, and then we are looking for speakers, persons who are not just, persons who are able to reach the crowd, persons just talking and using big words. We want a person that's the simplest person can sit and understand what they are saying. You understand? So we're having a conversation and a community conversation. So every person, because a lot of persons, the intellect just get up there, so and they just use big words. I myself have to pick up my phone and go on Google to find out what it means. You know, so we don't want that. So we want persons that will be able to come to the table, and as the persons who come in to attend, they are able to have a dialogue and they understand exactly what is happening, but they are given pertinent information. Okay. So I thank you guys. I thank you for your time. And then, as I said, Mr. Lorient, you just made my night. Thank you so much for stopping by. That was a great surprise. Lorient, thank you so much for you know, for giving out the information. And looking forward, our meeting the first Thursday of the month. So you'll be getting a meeting notice again. And then
Excellent.
remember, put everything, whatever comes to your mind, just put it in the chat. Have a good
Will
night,
do.
everyone. Stay safe, stay blessed.
Good
Thank
night.
you, you too.
Good
Good night.
night.
Right.
Bye.
Okay.
Good night,
Bye.
everyone.
Good night.